I first started working here in 2004. One of the first things I was told by my former partner, Tim Murphy, was that the Maritime Ministry here is a vital part of the organization. They take care of the sailors when they come in.
I think first off, we're in the hospitality business. You know, we have a ministry of welcome. And I think that's very important. Too few people say, hi, welcome, how are you? And that's what we do. And that, I think, is a very sacred function, too.
Relative to that, early on, there was a Pakistani crude ship here. And one of the crewmen was an old salty sea dog. Oh, I mean, he was. And he came into our old building and he said, "You're Christians here." I said, "Yes." "I know you're Christians here." "You do?" He says, "Yes, because you care for me. Nobody else cares for me except my family." Just because we got him something to drink and some refreshment and sat there and chatted with him.
Is it just easy life, no problem, or
You know, sometimes vessels stay 12 hours, 10 hours, and sometimes vessels stay 3, 4, 5 days. Now I'm happy arrive during the weekends and stay 4 days. But usually 10, 12 hours and go to the sea, yes.
Crew members are on these ships, sailing the world 6, 7 months at a time. And it's not that often that they actually get their feet on solid ground.
To be separated from your family for 6, 8, 10, 12 months somewhere. And what do?
Somebody 5,000 miles from home who doesn't necessarily speak your language cares about you. And there's a good feeling on
The
that.
volunteers at the Maritime Ministry go above in making the people, when they get off the ship, comfortable. It's a small group of people. I wish they had several more, but they're very dedicated to the human needs of the sailors.
Yeah, it's a small port, but I think that's part of the goodness of it, you know, that we're able to be a little bit more human.
A lot of our product, we get the same ships over and over during the course of the years, and the crew members have said the treatment they receive when they arrive in Albany is something they look forward to.
We, the greater we, the Albany Maritime Ministry, and has a reputation, and it's a good reputation. And we wouldn't have the good relationship with the port that we have if it wasn't for this. We are known as a port and a ministry that care.
The building, just like a church, that's the building. The people in it are what makes it. And the people in this building, if somebody wants to make the time, come down and see what goes on, see the dedication of these people and how they work with foreign sailors to make them feel comfortable here. It's a great organization. They certainly could use more volunteers.
I sometimes think it's something that you develop a liking to after you start doing it. Because in many instances, it's not something you plan on doing.
A number of years ago, I found out that what I noticed that when a Filipino man was on the phone, he was crying. He went shopping, and they came back, and he sat down with me, and he found out, he had called home and found out that his favorite grandfather had died, his special grandpa. Well, I was the right person because I had a special grandpa. So we shared grandpa stories. And it was, he needed a mama, but also the grandpa, you know, it was the beginning of the starting of his mourning, you know, his going through the mourning for his father. But I was the mama.
A Filipino fellow, I won't only tell a whole story, but I jokingly said to him one day, his ship would come here 6, 7 times a year. And one time I said to him, because he had gone out and blown a lot of money on very expensive cosmetics for his girlfriends, and I jokingly said to him, "Victor, hasn't your father ever talked to you about women?" And he said, "Yep, and it didn't do him any good," meaning his father. And I said, "Well, when you come to Albany, we're adopting you. And I said, we will be your mom and dad here. Well, it got to the point where his ship coming up the river would be about 2 hours out. And we get a phone call from him on his cell phone saying, hey, Dad, I'm 2 hours out of Albany, coming down to say hello. Our people enjoy it, and we enjoy the people we meet, and they know it. Try it.
That's, yes.
Don't write it off because you think you don't have enough time. There are more important things to do. Try it.
They're, as I said, a vital part of the operation, and it's important for us as the operators at the port to make sure that everybody here feels part of the family and known or understood that they're vital to it.